Ready to level up? Chumba Casino is your playbook to fun. It's free to play with no purchase necessary. Enjoy hundreds of online social games like blackjack, slots, and solitaire anytime, anywhere with fresh releases every week. Whether you're at home or on the go, let Chumba Casino bring the excitement to you. Plus, get free daily login bonuses and a free welcome bonus. Join now for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Play Chumba Casino today. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. TNCs apply.
Stay on top of the game with the ESPN New York app. Listen live, enter exclusive contests, and enjoy all the play-by-play action.
Jalen Brunson delivers.
Don't miss our must-listen show features. Hear Chris Carlin get Chris'd off with Bart and Carlin.
I don't need that energy.
Listen to an attempt to stump Rothenberg on DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Bang!
Catch Michael K with Hit and Run all week long.
I gotta get more K.
And ENN with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Download the ESPN New York app today and never miss a moment of your favorite sports.
It's a two-run single for Tucker.
Carlos Alcaraz takes center court as his quest for a Wimbledon three-peat rolls on.
It's Rublev fired up. Rises up to just take away the
Face the Cubs, and the Rangers battle the Padres.
swing and a line drive. Break.
You're an all-star.
When I think about how well the Detroit Tigers have played, the main reason is because you have somebody at the top of the rotation that goes out there and sets the tone. It's everybody else feeds off of that. It's almost an automatic win every time he goes out.
Lynx try and continue their torrid start to the season against the Sky.
Look at Collier driving and slicing through the defense. Nafisa Collier now with 12 points.
Plus, how many teams are in the trade?
We have the largest trade team-wise in the history of the league. 7-team trade. 7 teams. Yep, 7 teams. It's official now.
Imagine getting picked off on Mike Tubb, bro. Bad luck. Oh, what'd I say? Hey, I know they got that on the mic. I called that. I still don't want to go. I'm kind of scared.
From the worldwide headquarters of ESPN, this is SportsCenter All Night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
Changes taking place in the nation's capital. SportsCenter All Night, ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, Sirius XM, Channel 80. 4th of July weekend, synonymous with fireworks. Not necessarily firing workers, but in our nation's capital, the Nationals, sitting on 37 wins, lowest total in the National League for any team not named the Rockies, and tied for the third worst in baseball behind the Rockies and White Sox. This weekend at home.
Hicks delivers, and Abrams swings and drives into the air to left center field. Moving over is the left fielder. Duran has a play, and a couple of steps shy of the warning track in front of the Red Sox bullpen. He makes the catch, and this one is over. The Red Sox come to the nation's capital and wind up with a sweep of this 3-game series.
Nationals Radio Network, 6-4 the final. Red Sox, 4th time this season they've scored at least 4 in the first inning, and the Nationals fall to 8-39 when they allow the first run. Only the Rockies are worse. So on Sunday, on the heels of being swept by the Red Sox, Washington swept out its leadership, their skipper and their GM. ESPN baseball insider Jeff Passan.
The Washington Nationals have fired general manager Mike Rizzo as well as manager Davey Martinez at 37-53. The Nationals are in last place in the National League East. But even bigger than that, the Nationals have the #1 overall draft pick a week from today. And it's not often you see both a general manager and a manager get fired in season, but particularly in front of such an important draft where the #1 pick is not by any means clear at this point. But the Nationals have struggled in recent seasons. They have not made that leap forward that they were hoping. And today, both executive Mike Rizzo and manager Davey Martinez are gone from the team.
You know, Dave Martinez and Mike Rizzo combined to win a World Series in 2019. Yeah. Jeff, I understand the front office move with the draft a week away. Is there any explanation for why firing the manager before the All-Star break right now?
Yeah, I mean, Dave Martinez has said some stuff publicly, you know, about how the players have to be as accountable as everyone else for these losses, and it did not go over well in the clubhouse. There's truth to it. Like, it's reality, but it's just not what managers tend to say. I think you look at the development of some of the younger players. Dylan Cruz, former #1 overall pick, has struggled, as he's gotten to the big leagues. They haven't seen the team take the step forward aside from James Wood and Mackenzie Gore. I think that they expected. But let's also acknowledge the Nationals haven't spent money in a while. Like, they very easily could have gone after Alex Bregman, for example, this winter, and they were just not in there at all on any of the major free agents. And look, I think sometimes ownership wants to see improvement on the field before they go out and supplement it. But I remember when there were young players coming up with the Chicago Cubs, guys, and they didn't have a pitching staff that was worth much at all. They went out and spent on John Lester. And John Lester was the fulcrum of that staff and really part of the heart of that team as they went out and won the 2016 World Series.
With the changes in Washington, Mike DeBartolo, the club's senior vice president and assistant GM, has been named the interim general manager. He will oversee all the aspects of baseball operations, including the upcoming MLB draft. The draft is coming up. So is the Midsummer Classic. MLB All-Star rosters are now filled in, a total of 65 players on the rosters. It's an odd number this year because left-hander Clayton Kershaw has been selected by Commissioner Rob Manfred as a legend pick. Just last week, he became the 20th member of the 3,000 strikeout club. He's now an 11-time All-Star. His Dodgers lead all the teams with 5 selections. Kershaw himself, one of 14 All-Stars this year who have earned at least 5 selections in their career. Freddie Freeman gets his 9th. Chris Sale gets his 9th. Aroldis Chapman with 8. Aaron Judge at number 7. Manny Machado at 7. Jose Ramirez at 7. All the way down. Pete Alonso gets his 5th. ESPN analyst Xavier Scruggs.
I think about the way that he started this season, and I had conversations with Pete Alonso, too, talking about specifically some of the things that he wanted to do different this year, and it's been much better using the opposite field. If you've been watching the Mets games, he's been driving baseballs to right center, especially against off speed, but what that does is opens up the inner half of the plate to when pitchers make mistakes, he'll make them pay to the pull side. He is on everything, and it's fun to watch him right now because he's one of those guys that is not missing any of those mistakes in the middle of the zone.
As for those who did not get named to one of the rosters,
I'd look at Seiya Suzuki, 24 home runs. I mean, when you think about hitting that many home runs before the All-Star break and also an 869 OPS, I know you couldn't have every Cub in this, but this is one of those guys that I think of that ultimately deserved an opportunity. He's been great in the middle of the order alongside PCA, Kyle Tucker as well. When I think about the American League, I got to go to Tampa and Junior Caminero. The kid has been electric. I think about the 21 home runs, some of the best bat speed in the game. He reminds me of Miguel Cabrera, the way he drives baseballs all over the field. Right-handed, a lot of pop, a very vicious swing, but also smooth and controlled. He's learned how to hit, and I like the idea that now Kevin Cash understands, okay, we got to get guys on in front of him because he's going to do some serious damage.
Rosters, of course, can be changed between now and the All-Star game if players drop out due to injuries or other factors. But, of course, every team needs at least one All-Star. SportsCenter all night, ESPN Radio. Dodgers leading the way with 5 All-Stars, but much like the Nationals, this weekend at home for the Dodgers wasn't the most successful.
2-2, and that's hit in the air pretty deep to right center field. Ruiz is back on the warning track. He leaps at the wall, and that ball is gone! For the 7th time in his last 8 games at Dodger Stadium, Christian Walker has homered, and the Astros lead it 3-1 on Walker's 12th of the year. And Diaz cranks this one deep to left center. Conforto back, looking up. See you later! Back-to-back jacks. First Walker, now Diaz. 4-1 Astros. Yiner with his 12th.
Back-to-back in the 8th and then in the 9th.
Pitch on the way. And Altuve hits it in the air to deep left field. It sends back Conforto at the wall. He leaps. See you later! Jose Altuve goes deep for the 3rd time in the series, and the Astros lead is 5-1. Altuve 16th of the year.
First member of the Astros to hit 3 in a series at Dodger Stadium since Lance Berkman in 2001. KBME with calls. Astros go on to a 5-1 win over the Dodgers, who were swept at home for the 2nd time this season. Shohei Ohtani 1 for 11, no runs, no extra base hits in the series. The offense didn't really light things up for the Pirates on Sunday either, but the defense did.
Look to second, the pitch. And a little soft base hit into left center field. Run will score as O'Neill Cruz fires toward the plate on a bang play. And he's going to be called out. He went in standing up. J.P. Crawford is called out.
93-7, the Fan. O'Neill Cruz taking that ball in left center, fired it to the plate at 105.2 miles per hour. Second hardest thrown ball to produce an outfield assist since the stats started being tracked in 2015. Plays from the outfield. Then there was Paul Skeens, who was on the mound.
Skeens with a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out this time with a changeup. He strikes out his fourth and on to the third inning. Fired right-hander sets, and here it comes. And it's a cold third strike at the bottom of the zone with a fastball. Skeens with his 10th strikeout, 6 of them looking.
93-7, the Fan. Skeens, 5 innings, allowed 5 hits, season high 10 strikeouts, but Mariners wind up beating the Pirates 1-0. Seattle getting a Randy Arozarena home run in the 7th inning. That would be the only run of the game as Seattle gets the win. Pirates, first team in Major League history to win 3 straight shutouts and then lose 3 straight shutouts. Mariners, 3 consecutive shutouts for the first time in franchise history. In New York, Yankees and Mets.
High fly ball, right field. Soto back, turning, looking, see ya. A long home run into the second deck. Yankees 1, Mets nothing. In the left center field, that ball is going to be gone. Just over the wall into the seats. A 2-run home run for Judge. And it is 5-0 Yanks.
Yankees getting the offense getting the Yankees out in front, but by the 7th, the Mets were back within 6-4.
Lined into left field, coming on is Bellinger, and he makes the play. He fires to first. Oh, what a double play by Bellinger.
Michael, you better keep screaming because this is an amazing play. First of all, to take it on the shoelaces. This ball gets by you. You got a triple. But he makes a tremendous play and then looks up and realizes he's got a shot and throws an absolute missile.
Yes, Network with the call. Yankees come away with the 6-4 win. Mets' 4-game win streak comes to an end. Yankees' 8th straight game with at least 7 hits, and they hang on and pull out the win for manager Aaron Boone.
It's a real gritty win. You know, we're going through it right now. And for the guys to just, a lot of good things happen today. Withstand some punches back and them coming back a little bit, being able to hang on, you know, is important, and developing the character of your team. You got to go through these things, and you got to meet the moment sometimes. And always, you know, we kind of eyeing the off day, you know, to stop the bleeding a little bit, get a W into the off days, always better for the soul.
Yankees snap a 6-game losing streak. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio.
The Suns are sending a 15-time All-Star Kevin Durant to the Rockets.
Hell yeah, the Rockets are a title contender with Kevin Durant, and the Rockets won that trade.
If you're saying that KD ain't got it, then you haven't been watching hoops. That man wakes up, eats, breathes, sleeps, drinks basketball. And I do believe culturally he will fit.
I think it was, okay, great. It wasn't Giannis or one of these other big moves, and we banged the drum that Houston needed a closer, and they get a closer here, but we'll see how they match up when we get into next year.
This time last week, the NBA's so-called legal tampering window was opening. This weekend, teams and players can finally put pen to paper. And we now realize Kevin Durant's move to Houston is part of a much larger, giant, complex transaction. Bottom line, it's ultimately the first 7-team trade in NBA history. With the dust settling, it's the Rockets, Hawks, Nets, Warriors, Lakers, Timberwolves, and Phoenix Suns involved. The deal including 6 players, 1 first-round pick, a dozen second-round picks, as well as a second-round pick swap between Houston and Atlanta. The main component, as we know, the trade that saw Durant go from Phoenix to Houston 2 weeks ago, the day of Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Sunday, with the trade official, Durant taking to social media, his main account, quote, "My time in Phoenix has come to an end. All these stops along the journey have really impacted me in a positive way." He went on to say, quote, "I truly believe this NBA is one big community. Much love to Arizona. Houston can't wait. The time between when the deal was agreed to and the time it was made official, the Rockets also brought back Clint Capella. The 31-year-old was drafted by Houston in 2014, spent his first 6 seasons there before playing this past 5 with the Hawks. The move providing the Rockets additional depth at center. Earlier on ESPN Radio, our Aaron Goldhammer and Courtney Cronin.
I'm so impressed with what the Rockets did based on what they didn't have last year. They didn't have experience. That was the number one storyline going into that first round series against the Golden State Warriors. They didn't have a closer. Well, now you have one in, arguably the best one of this generation in Kevin Durant. I have a really hard time picking anybody else in the West to, slot into that spot right behind the Oklahoma City Thunder. Maybe Denver, but the Rockets have done, yeoman's work at adding to this roster when they finally had the pieces to do so and spending.
Yeah, regular season pecking order in the West is going to be so close again, just like it was this year. The difference between finishing 2nd and 7th, Courtney, might be 2 or 3 games. So every game is going to matter. I was impressed with what Houston did and what Denver did. I thought the Rockets addressed what they needed most, which is at the end of the game, they had nobody that they could consistently rely upon to go to for a basket. And now they have one of the best players in NBA history at that in Kevin Durant. They should still realize, though, that Amen Thompson should be their best player and their main focal point this year. So I hope Durant and the Rockets understand his role. But, yes, I thought they did a great job.
It's funny you mention the Rockets in the same sentence as the Lakers because in so many ways they weakened the Lakers because they end up signing Dorian Finney-Smith to a 4-year, $53 million deal. That's a pretty big win. He fits any team, especially with the two-way identity that the Rockets have. But beyond all of that, all of these additions, Kevin Durant, Dorian Finney-Smith, Clint Capella, you lose Jalen Green, you lose Dillon Brooks, but they re-signed Fred VanVleet immediately after the Durant news breaks 2 weeks ago, and then Jabari Smith Jr. gets a deal as well. Is this team a contender? Beyond what they were last year, it's kind of this fraudulent 2 seed.
Rockets trying to put themselves in the thick of it in the West for next season. Speaking of Houston, why the booing? That's next. SportsCenter All Night continues. It's ESPN Radio.
The NFL on ESPN Radio.
The Dallas Cowboys, this is a team that has always been mentally weak because they've been coddled.
Camp to camp, team to team. The countdown continues on ESPN Radio. More SportsCenter All Night coming up next.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Too many tools, too much stress, and way too many bills. Odoo replaces it all. One connected platform for every part of your business, so you can work faster, smarter, and for less. Odoo, the only software you'll ever need. Try it free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
This is Freddie and Harry on 1050 ESPN.
Would I take Prime Rodgers over Prime Patrick Mahomes? Maybe just a little bit. But I think Patrick Mahomes' prime will last a little bit longer than Aaron Rodgers' prime when it's all said and done. But the one thing he will not have over Patrick Mahomes, he's been less than prime in the playoffs. against inferior quarterbacks when it comes to Aaron Rodgers.
Check out more from Freddie and Harry, weekdays at 3 on 1050 ESPN. Stay on top of the game with the ESPN New York app. Listen live, enter exclusive contests, and enjoy all the play-by-play action.
Jalen Brunson delivers.
Don't miss our must-listen show features. Hear Chris Carlin get Chris'd off with Bart and Carlin.
I don't need that energy.
Listen to an attempt to stump Rothenberg on DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Bang!
Catch Michael K with Hit and Run all week long.
I gotta get more K.
And ENN with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Download the ESPN New York app today and never miss a moment of your favorite sports.
Ready to level up? Chumba Casino is your playbook to fun. It's free to play with no purchase necessary. Enjoy hundreds of online social games like blackjack, slots, and solitaire anytime, anywhere with fresh releases every week. Whether you're at home or on the go, let Chumba Casino bring the excitement to you. Plus, get free daily login bonuses and a free welcome bonus. Join now for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Play Chumba Casino today. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. T&Cs apply.
And Michelle are unsportsmanlike. Weekday mornings at 6 on 1050 ESPN.
You're listening to Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
Sports Center all night presented by Progressive Insurance. With insurance for cars, home, boat, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com. Houston had the eyes of the soccer world Sunday as it hosted the final for the Gold Cup sellout crowd of roughly 71,000 at NRG Stadium for Team USA and Mexico. Game was in Houston, but essentially a home game for Mexico. About three-quarters of the fans pulling for Mexico. U.S. players even booed when they walked out. As for the game, U.S. opened with a goal 4 minutes in. Mexico tied it by halftime. Then Mexico took the lead in the 77th minute and wins it 2-1. ESPN analyst and former Team USA keeper Casey Keller.
Great start. Get the early goal from Chris Richards. And then it was kind of what we've seen throughout this tournament. When the national team was put under pressure, they retreated. They allowed possession to the other side and slowly kind of gave the match away. And then Mexico gets the equalizer from Raul Jimenez, and then it was a case of, okay, what are we going to see in the second half? We saw a little flutter of activity right before halftime, and we saw how is that second half going to transpire? And it was so much of Mexico in possession, so much trying to find those little passes, and the U.S. did a great job defending in a block, making it difficult for Mexico, but never quite getting onto the attack, and then Mexico gets the winner from the free kick, and in the end, the U.S. just don't have enough in that attacking third to find an equalizer. So, unfortunately, Mexico was better on the night. They got their reward with the 2-1 victory.
Mexico defends its title, the defending champs winning their 10th Gold Cup championship. Sunday marking the final competitive match for the U.S. and Mexico before co-hosting next year's World Cup with Canada. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio. Back to baseball. Padres right-hander Yu Darvish will be activated from the injured list. He'll make his season debut Monday at home against the Diamondbacks. He's been out since spring training with inflammation in his right elbow. Sunday night baseball, Padres hosting the Rangers.
A check of the lead man, the 0-1. Hit back through the middle. That's a base hit for Cronenworth. Johnson around third. He will score. Bogarts to third. 2-out RBI single. Jake Cronenworth, 4-1 San Diego.
4-1 would be the final. Padres get the win. The bullpen shutting things down, combining for 7 2/3 innings of two-hit ball. You heard the game here on ESPN Radio. Mike Farron and Greg Olson have the call for us. Mike?
Thank you, Jay. Greg, tonight it was all about the San Diego Padres bullpen. They used the bulk guy. Kyle Hart would normally be a starter, but he was outstanding in getting things going for that bullpen staff that set down 23 of the 25 men they faced.
Yeah, got called up just for that spot. Came up, 11 up, 11 down, pumping strikes, very effective. Got the game into the sixth inning where Mike Shield could manage one of the best bullpens in baseball, and it went Estrada 1 inning, Jason Adam, new all-star 1 inning, Morejon, and then Suarez, and the bullpen just locked it down. Texas Rangers ineffective. They had a chance early in the game, got one in the first, and that was it.
17 in a row at one point sent down by San Diego's pen, and it's not like they had the big inning. It was 4 single runs. It was kind of little bits of paper cuts that got to Texas's pitching staff tonight.
Yeah, and they started David Morgan, went out, who's been very good lately, just struggled in that starter role. I think there's a lot to it. But after that, the guy that was the wild card in the game was Kyle Hart, and he was the biggest piece. I mean, 11 up, 11 down, 2 strikeouts, weak contact all over the place, no pressure on him at all.
The biggest thing for the Padres offense was that they made Jack Leiter work a lot in his 3 2/3 innings of work and forced him out of the game, got into the bullpen early.
Yeah, and then they get to Jacob Latz, who's been really good. He gives up an inherited runner and then gives up another one on his own, and that was just enough for this San Diego bullpen to lock it down. It was fun to watch because it played out just the way Mike Shields wanted it to play.
Yeah. Fernando Tatis Jr. on base 4 times tonight. The All-Star was a huge impact on this game, as was Xander Bogaerts with a couple of hits after an 0-for start to this homestand. And Martin Maldonado in the 9 spot. Thrown out the plate, trying to score from first on a double, but otherwise had a great night offensively.
Yeah, got 2 hits, knocked in an RBI, and, was a great behind-the-plate catcher, called a great game. Just an overall good win, good series win for the Padres.
That'll do it for us from Petco Park in San Diego. The San Diego Padres take 2 out of 3 from the Texas Rangers. They win tonight 4-1. For Greg Olson, I'm Mike Farron here on your home for every game of the postseason. Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Now back to Jay Reynolds in the studio.
All 4 runs scored with 2 outs for the Padres. Rays beat the Twins 7-5. Rays 5th extra inning win this season. Giants a 6-2 win over the Athletics. Willy Adames extending his streak to a season-long 7 games. His 11th home run of the season. Blue Jays edge the Angels 3-2. WNBA.
Collier gets herself free. Nafisa Collier works until she found an opening.
She does that better than anyone in the league. That's just beautiful basketball. Her finesse, footwork down low and in the paint.
FanDuel Sports Network North as the Lynx beat the Sky 80-75. Lynx are now 17-2 this season. 7th team to win 17 of their first 19 games in a season in WNBA history. Aces get 19 points from Asia Wilson and beat the Sun 86-68. Sun now 2-16. Storm a 9-point win over the Liberty, 79-70, 2-0 against New York this season. One of 2 teams undefeated against the Liberty this season. Straight ahead, there are changes are coming to the Capitol. That's next. Sports Center all night. It's ESPN Radio.
What's up, kiddos? Clinton Yates here, wishing you and your families a happy and safe 4th of July weekend. We'll catch you up on everything on Monday on Clinton and Friends at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Text enrolls with recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text FLASH to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text SLASH to 321-321. That's slash to 321-321.
Is Clinton and Friends.
The New York Knicks had fired Tom Thibodeau after 5 seasons for reasons that I'm still just not sure I understand. I don't like this move from a just plain karma standpoint. Thibodeau's the only coach in Knicks history to improve the team's win percentage in 3 successive seasons. The only one.
Don't miss Clinton and Friends. Weekdays from 10 to noon on 1050 ESPN. New York.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Ready to level up? Chumba Casino is your playbook to fun. It's free to play with no purchase necessary. Enjoy hundreds of online social games like blackjack, slots, and solitaire anytime, anywhere with fresh releases every week. Whether you're at home or on the go, let Chumba Casino bring the excitement to you. Plus, get free daily login bonuses and a free welcome bonus. Join now for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Play Chumba Casino today. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21+. TNCs apply.
Come out to Yankee Stadium on Friday, July 25th, and be ready to receive a great giveaway. It's Anthony Volpe Bobblehead Night, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests will receive an Anthony Volpe bobblehead. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com/tickets. Again, don't miss Anthony Volpe Bobblehead Night, presented by T-Mobile, when the Yankees face the Phillies on Friday, July 25th.
Case. Clinton. Weekdays from 10 to noon on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
You're listening to Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
Sports Center all night, taking you to 6 o'clock Eastern time and unsportsmanlike. Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, Michelle Smallman, 6 to 10 Eastern time right here on ESPN Radio.
Half-hour headlines on Sports Center all night.
Kevin Durant to the Rockets. Actually part of a whole big thing involving 7 teams. Baseball all-star rosters are now out. At least the first drafts before players get replaced this coming week. Changes this weekend in our nation's capital. Remember COVID? It's been a minute. Remember the Nationals winning the World Series? That was pre-COVID.
The 3-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Hudson gets him. Throws his glove towards his teammates as they race out of the dugout. And the celebration begins for the Washington Nationals as they come together in a cluster on the infield. This improbable story from mid-May on as the Nationals overcame a dreadful start to the season, got hot, and just continued right on through the postseason. And for the first time ever, the Washington Nationals are World Series champions.
Dan Shulman called right here on ESPN Radio in 2019. Half a dozen years later, they're floundering. They're in the basement of the NL East, tied with the Athletics at 37 wins. Third fewest in baseball behind the Rockies and White Sox. And in Washington for the 4th of July weekend, not the most explosive of times.
Pitch is a high fly into left field. Duran, though, has room backing up to his left. He's there to make the play, and the ball game is over. The Red Sox come to D.C., and they sweep the Nationals in the nation's capital. They're back above 500.
WEEI 93.7 FM. Red Sox a 6-4 win over the Nats. Red Sox 4th time this season they've scored at least 4 runs in the first inning. And they go on to the victory. And on the heels of that loss, the Nationals firing general manager Mike Rizzo, manager Davey Martinez, both of whom were with the team when they won the World Series in 2019. Martinez has been there since 2018. Rizzo's been in charge of baseball decisions since 2013. Now Senior Vice President Mike DiBartolo will be making the decisions, including at the MLB draft. Nationals have the top overall pick next Sunday. ESPN insider Jeff Passan.
The Nationals are in last place in the National League East, but even bigger than that, the Nationals have the #1 overall draft pick a week from today. And it's not often you see both a general manager and a manager get fired in season, but particularly in front of such an important draft where the #1 pick is not by any means clear at this point, but the Nationals have struggled in recent seasons. They have not made that leap forward that they were hoping, and today both executive Mike Rizzo and manager Davey Martinez are gone from the team.
Mentioned the Nationals have 37 wins. There are only 2 teams with fewer in all of baseball, Rockies and White Sox. Those 2 were together this weekend in Denver. So someone had to win.
Pitch is hit towards center. Baldwin going back. Still going back. It is gone. Michael Toglia. Touch him all time. A 2-run shot. His first homer in 3 weeks. And it comes at a big time for the Rockies. 6-4, they regain the lead.
And they would keep that lead and win it 6-4 over Chicago, 850 KOA. Rockies' first win by multiple runs since June 22nd when they beat Arizona by 2. Rockies lost 17 straight home series dating back to last season. White Sox fall to 11-36 on the road this season, worst in Major League Baseball right now. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio in Cleveland. Guardians hosting the Tigers and going up against Derek Skubal.
Skubal takes a big, deep breath. Pitch number 93 on the way. Swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup. Pump with a fist for Derek Skubal. Strands a runner at second. The crowd boos. He loves it. Another brilliant start against the Guardians.
Double-digit strikeouts, but not involved in the decision as this one went 10.
Long drive deep down the left field line off the bat of Sweeney by the foul pole, and that ball is gone! Oh, man! Oh! Trey Sweeney, 3-run home run off Cade Smith down the left field line, and the Tigers take a 4-1 lead in the 10th. Riley Green hits a fly ball left field. This one's deep. Kwan's going back, looking up. Gone! Riley Green, the second 3-run home run of the inning. 2-run shot, make it. Tigers add on, lead at 7-1.
97-1 the ticket, couple of homers in the top of the 10th, and the Tigers win it 7-2 in Cleveland. Derek Skubal, 6th career game with double-digit strikeouts and no runs allowed. Skubal, he'll start the All-Star game, right? ESPN analyst Xavier Scruggs.
He has to be. He's the best one of the group. And when I think about how well the Detroit Tigers have played, the main reason is because you have somebody at the top of the rotation that goes out there and sets the tone. It's everybody else feeds off of that. It's almost an automatic win every time he goes out. We've seen him finish games with over 100-mile-an-hour fastball, but what makes it tough for a hitter is the changeup he throws 31% of the time, more than the four-seam fastball. So I've got to get ready with so many different pitches, and he does it in so many locations in the zone. Nobody wants to face that.
Sunday, 10 strikeouts, no runs, tying Max Scherzer for third in franchise history. Only Mickey Lolich and Justin Verlander had more such outings with the Tigers. Tigers get their third straight win in Cleveland, longest such streak in a season since doing so in 5 straight games in 2015. Cubs and Cardinals, the front end of the Sunday night baseball doubleheader. Chicago's all-star snub says snub this.
The 2-1 drilled center field out towards right center. That one back some more, and it's gone. Seiya Suzuki, a homer into the bleachers in right center field. And for Suzuki, it's number 25, and the Cubs lead it 11-0.
First Cubs player with 25 homers and 75 RBI before the All-Star break since Sammy Sosa in 2001. Suzuki 2 for 4 with the home run. Cubs with that 11-0 win. 16th game scoring double-digit runs this season. You heard it here on ESPN Radio. John Shambi, Doug Glanville had the call for Sunday Night Baseball here on ESPN Radio. Boog?
Jay, thanks very much. The Cubs shut out the Cardinals 11-0, and Matthew Boyd 5 scoreless, but it's the Cubs offense that was on display, Doug.
I mean, their offense really just broke out everything, and it really shows like why they're such a high-scoring team. They only had 1 home run, but it was all about the little things that they were able to do. They got their base hits, they ran the bases well, they moved runners, sacked flies. You know, there's just a little bit of everything, and that you just saw the pressure it put on the Cardinals from the first pitch of the game, and it just continued to roll out from there. There was just no reprieve, no break for the Cardinals staff. and they kept pouring it on. And so when you have a team like that scores so many different ways, but also athletic, the Cardinals were just on their heels all game long. And then couple that with Boyd's performance, there was just nothing for the Cardinals to do.
Yeah, there's no question about it. When you look at this Cubs team, they had their sights set on winning a division and trying to get one of the top 2 seeds. When you look at the Cardinals, how do you assess their chances to make the playoffs?
Well, they need moves, and the question is, will they invest in the moves to add some pieces? They have pitchers that don't strike out a lot of batters. They have to catch the ball and have to play defense, and they have for the most part this season. They also need these young players to continue to take steps like Wynn, and they've definitely responded, but to get to that next level and compete in a very tough National League, they're going to need some more arms.
And what about the Cubs? You expect them to do something?
I expect them to. I mean, you always need arms. All the injuries and guys coming back, but their bullpen they could bolster. But they have a pretty solid offensive team. There's not much they need on that end.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Well, on Sunday they didn't need much. They got 5 shutout from Matthew Boyd, and the offense supplied the rest. 11-0 the final. Cubs over the Cardinals. For Doug Glanville, I'm John Shambi right here in your home for every game of the postseason. Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Now we send it back to Jay Reynolds in the studio.
All right, Boo. Cubs with their largest shutout win against the Cardinals since 1971. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio.
The Suns are sending a 15-time All-Star Kevin Durant to the Rockets.
Hell yeah, the Rockets are a title contender, and the Rockets won that trade.
We banged the drum that Houston needed a closer, and they get a closer here, but we'll see how they match up when we get into next year.
We've seen a host of moves in the NBA, even since the Thunder wrapped up the title. Among the moves, Kevin Durant landing in Houston with the Rockets, which, as it turns out, is one piece, albeit a significant piece, in a massive deal. Total of 7 teams, 6 players, first-round pick, 12 second-rounders. We also saw a coaching change in New York, at least the hiring of Mike Brown, about a month after the firing of Tom Thibodeau. Earlier on ESPN Radio are Matt Jones and Myron Metcalf.
I don't think it's an upgrade from Tibbs. There's a better chance that it's a downgrade than upgrade. I don't think Mike Brown's a bad coach. I mean, he's obviously had some success in his career. He obviously knows how to do the job. He's competent. He's capable. But the idea is to elevate the Knicks. I don't know how this happens. It's not like they need someone to turn them into a playoff team or someone to kind of, completely change how they operate. They were right there on the cusp of the NBA Finals. And now the Eastern Conference will be more wide open than last year's Eastern Conference was. So I don't really get what he adds that you don't already have in Tibbs.
If you are a Knicks fan, you better hope they were right, because you might never have a better chance than you're going to have this year. With Tatum out, with Halliburton out, with the Embiid always injured situation, with Giannis not quite necessarily having a star, so not on a team that can win the title necessarily, with Orlando still young in their run, with Detroit still young in their run. If you're the Knicks, this is the best chance you've had. You and Cleveland are the best teams. You and Cleveland have the most potential for success, and the other superstars in your league are hampered. So this is your opportunity. So you had a guy in Tibbs who got you right on the cusp and was literally one game. I mean, if they win game 1, they win the series. One game away from the finals, and you decided to put that to the side. To me, when you look at the year, when you look at the injuries, when you look at the team they have, when you look at the fact that I think they even upgraded their team, if you didn't make the right choice here, you blew a window that you may not have again for another decade. So I will say this. I tend to think it was a bad decision, but if I'm a Knicks fan, I'm sitting there saying, this better have worked because this is our chance next season.
Knicks making a coaching change after their deepest playoff run in a quarter of a century. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio.
Sports Center, 50 states in 50 days.
We going coast to coast. We going coast to coast.
On ESPN Radio.
It was Julius Caesar who said, Vini, Vidi, Vici. I came. I saw. I conquered. I'm guessing after this weekend, it was Stanford Steve who was saying, Beanie Beanie.
What's up, people? Day 9, 50 states, 50 days for SportsCenter. Country roads take me home. The Mountain State, West Virginia, the home of 7-time Steel Timber Sports champion, Matt Coger. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here.
Competitive lumberjacking, timber sports. Take us through that.
Yeah, so timber sports consists of 6 disciplines, 3 chopping and 3 sawing. All of this dates back to the traditional way of logging in our area. Traditionally, it was timber camp versus timber camp, and now we're just trying to do it as fast as we can on the stage.
U.S. Champions Trophy winner, Matthew Coger.
Your story is incredible. You come from the first family in West Virginia of competitive lumberjacking. Take us through that family lineage.
My great uncle got us all started. He went to a few competitions and then got some of my cousins involved, and then that got passed down to my father, and then that got passed down to me.
All right, we're going to start with the underhand chop. You have the American record in this. Do you remember how long?
13.6 seconds.
Oh, my God! Matthew Coger gets the world record!
I have this small space here I'll be able to balance on, and I'll cut from one side, finish on the other side.
Boom. Accuracy. Most important. All right, next we got the stock saw. You can see we're geared up. We got our chaps. We got our ear protection. We got our vision. Tell us about the goal here with the chainsaw.
So with the chainsaw, you got to make 2 discs within 10 centimeters of wood.
Start fast, finish faster.
That's right.
I'm hungry. Let's make some cookies, all right? Being a sports fan that you are, when you think lumberjacks, you're watching sports, you're watching basketball, golf, football. Give me a name you think would make a great lumberjack.
Probably someone who likes like the Michael Phelps kind of stature.
Ah, okay.
You know, like just somebody who's got like a long swings. Somebody's gonna be relaxed when they do swing, and yeah, that's a lot of power that can be generated.
We just put some chaps over the Speedo and we're good.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, there's a look. Lumberjacking, manual saws to a John Deere. That's next. SportsCenter All Night continues. It's ESPN Radio.
In 1979, the first words spoken on ESPN weren't just an announcement.
If you're a fan,
they were a sports prophecy.
Right now, you're standing on the edge of tomorrow.
This fall, the next era of ESPN begins. Sports Forever.
More SportsCenter All Night coming up next.
Patty and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
Pat Costello, and I'm Mahomes. Go ahead.
So if Mahomes only wins one more title, would we look at it as disappointed?
Stop. Please stop.
Yeah, I would say that's disappointing.
What?
I would say that's disappointing.
Because he's
based on how he started. Based on how he started, that would be disappointing. I'm just gonna call it what it is. It'd be disappointing.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekday mornings at 6 on 1050 ESPN.
Ready to level up? Chumba Casino is your playbook to fun. It's free to play with no purchase necessary. Enjoy hundreds of online social games like blackjack, slots, and solitaire anytime, anywhere with fresh releases every week. Whether you're at home or on the go, let Chumba Casino bring the excitement to you. Plus, get free daily login bonuses and a free welcome bonus. Join now for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Play Chumba Casino today. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. TNCs apply.
We are proud to serve our country, to serve our local communities, to wear the uniform, to be a soldier, to serve abroad when and where duty calls. We are ready to stand with our brothers and sisters to defend, to serve, to fight. We're always ready, we're always there. We are the New York Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New York Army National Guard.
Experience the unforgettable at Wind Creek Bethlehem. The hottest games, the highest payouts, and the biggest winning moments. Whether you're casino playing, hotel staying, upscale gourmeting, or spa getawaying, there's a win waiting for you around every corner at Wind Creek Casino. only 90 minutes away. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hey, New Jersey, game on, get spiked. Introducing Spiked Aid, a bold vodka-based, ready-to-drink canned cocktail that's zero sugar, gluten-free, only 100 calories, and no bubbles. It's crisp, clean, refreshing, and at 4.5% ABV is always ready for fun, no matter where you are or what you're doing. Available in 4 bold flavors: electric blue, electric red, electric orange, and electric green. You bring the hustle, Spiked Aid brings the flavor. Spiked Aid, powered by vodka, for the competitor in you. Please enjoy responsibly. Spiked Inc., Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Don't you. Weekdays from noon to 3 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
You're listening to Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
Sports Center all night, presented by Progressive. Wimbledon on Sunday. 2 of the top 5 on the men's side advancing.
That's it.
3-7, 6-3, 6-4, 6-4. Carlitos makes an impressive step closer to his three-peat bid here at Wimbledon. Into the quarterfinals.
Carlos Alcaraz drops the first set, but then wins 3-4 and 4 to close it out. The 2 seed advancing to his 12th major quarterfinals, second most by any man before his 23rd birthday in the Open era, trailing only Boris Becker, who had 13 prior to the age of 23. Alcaraz now at a dozen, earns his 75th career major match win. Needed 87 major matches to get there. Alcaraz now with 22 consecutive wins. Also moving into the quarterfinals, American Taylor Fritz, the 5 seed, 6th major quarterfinal appearance for him, breaking a tie with Francis Tiafoe for the most by any active American man. Fritz goes on when Jordan Thompson retired in the second set. Fritz was up 6-1, 3-love in the second when Thompson retired. 5th consecutive major where at least one American man has made the quarterfinals. To golf, John Deere final round Sunday.
Once it goes down for 4, it is over. Caddies are already handshaking. Brian Campbell taps it in, survives the playoff, and wins the 2025 John Deere Classic. 500 FedEx Cup points added to his ledger, and a man who returned to the state in which he played college golf, a PGA Tour winner, exits a hero as a second-time PGA Tour winner. ILLINI on high in 2025.
Brian Campbell, 600-1 odds to win entering the opening round at ESPN Bet. Comes out on top of the John Deere Classic, as heard on Sirius XM PGA Golf Radio. Campbell, 18 under for the week, wins on the first playoff hole, 5th player in the last 50 years, and the second this season to earn each of their first 2 career wins via playoff in the same season. As for the top sounds from Sunday, Marty Hausberger.
Sports Center all night.
Oh, my goodness. Check it out on Sports Center tonight.
Today's top sound.
How good is that? Are you ready to take?
Number 5.
Jay, it's all baseball, and we start with Sunday night baseball. The Cubs' Seiya Suzuki, a solo homer on the night he was not named an NL All-Star as Chicago ripped St. Louis on ESPN Radio.
The 2-1 drilled center field out towards right center. That one back some more, and it's gone. Seiya Suzuki, a homer into the bleachers in right center field. And for Suzuki, It's number 25, and the Cubs lead it 11-0.
Number 4.
The Phillies' Bryson Stott plays long ball in a 3-1 win over the Reds on Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Santana, the 2-2. Swung on, blasted, deep right field. That'll do it. Bryson Stott bangs one off the auxiliary scoreboard in right field, and the Phillies have the lead in the 8th. He hammered that pitch, his 6th homer of the year, and the Phillies have a 3-1 lead.
Number 3.
Seattle's Randy Arozarena wins it by himself against the Pirates on Seattle Sports 710 AM.
Swung on, blasted, left field, it's on its way, it is gone! Randy Arozarena has broken the tie into the Pittsburgh bullpen. It is 1-0 Mariners. Randy blasts another one. He has been red hot, and he scorched that one.
Number 2.
The Yankees' Cody Bellinger snatches one off his shoe top, saving a run or two in a 6-4 win over the Mets on the YES Network.
Lined into left field, coming on is Bellinger, and he makes the play. He fires to first. Oh, what a double play by Bellinger.
Michael, you better keep screaming because this is an amazing play. First of all, to take it on the shoelaces. This ball gets by you. You got a triple. But he makes a tremendous play and then looks up and realizes he's got a shot and throws an absolute missile.
Number 1.
Detroit's Trey Sweeney gets a big 10th inning, started off right for the Tigers on 97-1 The Ticket.
Long drive deep down the left field line off the bat of Sweeney by the foul pole. And that ball is gone. Oh, man. Oh, Trey Sweeney, 3-run home run off Cade Smith down the left field line. And the Tigers take a 4-1 lead in the 10th.
Tigers get the extra inning win in Cleveland. Tarek Skubal, double-digit strikeouts, no runs allowed. Continuing that season he's having. What makes him so good? ESPN analyst Doug Glanville.
Baseball is searching a little bit about what to do with pitching because it's become so specialized with the bullpen. They carry 13 pitchers that you have a guy in the bullpen for every situation, and then they use them. So you don't have that kind of old school, hey, this guy's going to throw 8 innings, this guy's going to throw 9. You have specialists that come in and execute for a particular circumstance or situation. Skubal kind of cuts through all that. You know, he's sort of the knife in the butter. He's like, you know what, I can go 9. And he's starting to get that pacing. But it's amazing how much he's just a power pitcher that has equally powerful command. His ability to attack you with a changeup, right? Because he's so aggressive and fearless. So he's just a lot of fun.
Max Scherzer, Mickey Lolich, Justin Verlander, all in the same sentence when you're talking about Tiger pitching with Skubal. 10 strikeouts, no runs allowed after his double-digit performance on Sunday. Big change in D.C., That's next. SportsCenter All Night continues. It's ESPN Radio.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy. Coming up Monday, we kick off our ESPN Radio Rank 'em series where I tell you my top 5 NFL storylines I'm most paying attention to. It's unsportsmanlike weekday mornings at 6 right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
SportsCenter All Night. More still to come.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
This is Joe and Q.
That's how LeBron has to approach it. Every single year he plays has to be about winning a championship. In year 23, yeah, he's not worried about building for the future, but the Lakers as an organization, they do have the responsibility to set this team up for success long term, and they made that move for Luka. Clearly it wasn't just a one-year rental, but how do you keep both sides happy? It's very difficult to win now and prepare for the future.
Joe and Q, weekdays at noon on 1050 ESPN, New York.
Ready to level up? Chumba Casino is your playbook to fun. It's free to play with no purchase necessary. Enjoy hundreds of online social games like blackjack, slots, and solitaire anytime, anywhere with fresh releases every week. Whether you're at home or on the go, let Chumba Casino bring the excitement to you. Plus, get free daily login bonuses and a free welcome bonus. Join now for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Play Chumba Casino today. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. TNCs apply.
Get to Citi Field when the New York Mets take on the Cincinnati Reds, Friday, July 18th through Sunday, July 20th. Stay after Friday's game for a spectacular fireworks show. On Saturday, witness history as David Wright's number 5 is retired and he's inducted into the Mets Hall of Fame in a pregame ceremony presented by New York Presbyterian. And on Sunday, the first 15,000 fans will receive a David Wright bobblehead from New York Presbyterian. Don't miss this exciting weekend. Get your tickets now at Mets.com/tickets.
Looking for unbeatable selection and flavor? Get to Wild Fork Foods, your go-to for the widest variety of meats and seafood at wild prices. From premium beef and poultry to fresh seafood, pork, and even exotic and game meats, over 450 options, all blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. Visit one of the 6 convenient locations across Long Island and North Jersey, including their newest store in East Hanover, or order online for same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, quality meat, wild prices.
50 ESPN New York. The biggest names and the biggest games. WEPN New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Coming up on SportsCenter all night.
It's a Sunday night baseball doubleheader as the Cardinals face the Cubs and the Rangers battle the Padres.
Swing and a line drive, base hit, right center field. In to score is Horner. Shaw on his heels. He'll come in to score. Racing for third is Happ. It's a 2-run single for Tucker.
Carlos Alcaraz takes center court as his quest for a Wimbledon three-peat rolls on.
It's Rublev fired up. Rises up to just take away the tiebreak from Alcaraz. But to come from behind on center court.
Hey now, you're an all-star.
When I think about how well the Detroit Tigers have played, the main reason is because you have somebody at the top of the rotation that goes out there and sets the tone. It's everybody else feeds off of that. It's almost an automatic win every time he goes out.
Lynx try and continue their torrid start to the season against the Sky.
Look at Collier driving and slicing through the defense. Napisa Collier now with 12 points.
Plus, how many teams are in the trade?
We have the largest trade team-wise in the history of the league. 7-team trade. 7 teams. Yep, 7 teams. It's official now.
Imagine getting picked off while mic'd up, bro. Bad luck. Oh, what'd I say? Hey, I know they got that on the mic. I called that. I still don't want to go. I'm kind of scared.
From the worldwide headquarters of ESPN, this is SportsCenter all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
Changes taking place in the nation's capital. SportsCenter all night, ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, Sirius XM, Channel 80. 4th of July weekend, synonymous with fireworks. Not necessarily firing workers, but in our nation's capital, the Nationals, sitting on 37 wins, lowest total in the National League for any team not named the Rockies, and tied for the 3rd worst in baseball behind the Rockies and White Sox. This weekend at home.
Hicks delivers, and Abrams swings and drives into the air to left center field. Moving over is the left fielder. Duran has a play, and a couple of steps shy of the warning track in front of the Red Sox bullpen. He makes the catch, and this one is over. The Red Sox come to the nation's capital and wind up with a sweep of this 3-game series.
Nationals Radio Network, 6-4 the final. Red Sox, 4th time this season they've scored at least 4 in the first inning, and the Nationals fall to 8-39 when they allow the first run. Only the Rockies are worse. So on Sunday, on the heels of being swept by the Red Sox, Washington swept out its leadership. their skipper, and their GM. ESPN baseball insider Jeff Passan.
The Washington Nationals have fired general manager Mike Rizzo as well as manager Davey Martinez at 37-53. The Nationals are in last place in the National League East, but